Good to have you with us this evening, Yuka. So oil and gas giant TotalEnergies, it's won a contract to develop what will be the largest renewable energy project here in France.
Well, Sharon, it's a plan to build a massive offshore wind farm dubbed Centre Manche 2. Situated in the English Channel off the coast of Normandy, it's expected to contribute towards France's goal of offshore wind capacity of 45 gigawatts by 2050, 30 times the current level. It will have a capacity of 1.5 gigawatts, and once it goes on stream, planned for 2033, will produce 6 terawatt hours of electricity per year, serving some 6 million households. The project represents an investment of 4.5 billion euros, excluding grid connection costs. The government contract was awarded to a consortium of TotalEnergies and Germany's RWE, but the latter has decided to leave the partnership pending regulatory approval. Total says it will go forward with the project alone while it looks for a new partner. The company says the huge new investment shows its attachment to France, a market it has previously deemed less competitive. Of Total's 25 gigawatts total renewable capacity, currently just 2 gigawatts are in France. Now, TotalEnergies gained 2% in Paris on the market following that announcement on a new wind farm project. Wall Street closed in the red for a second day running. Microsoft's stock price rose mildly after the company announced it had started rolling out AI models developed by Anthropic, the developer of Claude, alongside OpenAI, its rival models, in its Copilot studio.
And in any other business news, the price of gold is hovering around record high levels, Yuka. The precious metal having its best year since the 1970s.
Yeah, that's right. Well, amid heightened geopolitical and trade tensions and economic uncertainty, investors have been turning to gold, pushing the value of the safe haven asset higher and higher, nearly doubling in 2 years. Its price has retreated from another all-time high reached on Tuesday, but it's still above $3,700 per ounce. The rally has also attracted everyday shoppers. Luc Trago and our colleagues at France 2 have been finding out.
It's become quite the common sight, with gold prices going sky high. People are popping into exchanges to check out the price of coins and jewellery.
You've got the certificates for the 2 coins.
Both of those coins are worth more than ever.
That's 3,115 euros.
A tidy sum for the seller who preferred to remain anonymous.
It's good news. I don't know, maybe I'll go on a trip or do something nice.
In fact, gold prices have never been higher, rising 40% since the beginning of the year.
Today we're at around about 103,000 euros for a kilo of pure gold. It's a period where we've never had such a high rate of exchange, so obviously it's a good time to come and sell off your jewels.
And if selling doesn't appeal, maybe buying and investing is another option. Nathalie Gouilly has been in the gold sector for 30 years. But in the last 3, she says purchases have shot up 400%.
Ingots are popular, as are investment coins. We have clients who invest in a single coin for around 600 euros. But we also have clients who are prepared to invest tens of thousands of euros.
Some industry insiders are now thinking the precious metal could be one of the best investments of the year.
Finally then, Yuka, there's some bad news for commuters here in France. Another strike has been called for the 2nd of October.
Once again, as a nationwide strike has been called, while Labour Union representatives spoke with Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu for 2.5 hours this Wednesday, but the talks appear to have gone nowhere. Mr. Lecornu was appointed by President Emmanuel Macron after his predecessor, François Bayrou, was voted out over a plan to cut 44 billion euros in public spending next year. 2 weeks on, the centrist hasn't pulled together a government or a new draft budget, as he faces a divided parliament and pressure from investors and Brussels to fix France's public finances. Last week, unions staged a nationwide strike and protest to oppose spending cuts and are determined to mount street pressure until their voices are heard.
The Prime Minister did not provide any clear answers to the expectations of workers. We want a copy of the draft budget bills, both general and for social security, which we did not receive. For labor unions, this was a missed opportunity.
We are extremely angry that 1 million people who mobilized, went on strike and demonstrated last week have received no clear response to their demands and concerns. That's why we are determined to continue the mobilization.
And that's it from the business desk.
Yuka, thanks so much for that. Yuka Royer there with all this evening's